Welcome to episode 9. In this episode, you're going to go with the boys over to Hornchurch, see them put up the scaffold and spend a day with me and Big Joe in the office.
Come and see a big tender that we've just had come through from Axis.
Guess who's back? Good morning, everyone. I am here in Hornchurch with the boys, about to erect another one of our beautiful scaffolds on a nationwide building society. I've been heavily involved from the start with this one, as it needs a pavement licence. We applied for it weeks ago, and unfortunately, some very selfish people decided to have some annual leave. So it did delay it a bit, but a lovely lady from the council actually got in contact with us and said, "I'm so sorry, didn't realise that this had been overlooked," and she acted so very quickly to meet us out of the job, to go through the pre-site inspection that they require, and got the ball rolling for us. So we luckily are able to jump straight onto this one and get this done for our client. Just in case you forgot from our previous episode, have a look. This is where we will be working today.
I hope you enjoyed this week's Jimbo Cam. Let's take a look at what Joe and Rich are doing back at the office.
So, we went YouTube. I said at the beginning when we started this journey, we was going to talk about the good, the bad and the ugly. And luckily for you today, we've got all three. The good is the boys have been approved to put the job up over at Hornchurch. So the team are over there now getting that job up. The bad, our job down at Ringwood is overrun, which means Westmoreland, the next nationwide that's going up, we need the beams from that job to go into that job. So we now currently don't have enough beams to do the next job because we've lent out some beams to a friend of ours because we never use these beams. And now all of a sudden we need loads of these beams. So we now need to work out whether we need to buy more, reinvest in the business, borrow off another friend, or do we push a job back to get that one down to get the beams for that one? So that's the bad. And then the ugly, which could be a lifesaver really, is the next door neighbour of Westmoreland, which is a Costa coffee shop, are not happy with us putting the job up over their building. So that might actually get pushed back anyway, which roundabout may help the problem too. So whilst the boys over at Hornchurch, which you're going to be seeing in this video today, we're going to show you what we go through in the office. And then there is also the first job that's come over from Axis that we're going to take a look at. Well, that didn't go to plan. Good job he's a better scaffolder than he is a cameraman. Joe's currently on a Teams call with the client talking about the neighbouring property's roof because they've had previous scaffold companies in the past that have caused damage. This building is a Grade 2 listed building, and now these tiles are very, very hard to get hold of. So you can understand why the landlord is very cautious about another scaffold company coming in and doing the same again. But that is not how Active rolls. So Joe, you just jumped off that call with the client and the solicitors with the next door neighbouring property at Westmoreland. What was the outcome?
The outcome is they are now taking it back to the solicitors of the neighbouring property, and basically what the problem is here, they do not want us putting a scaffold along here, and what we are doing is we're throwing a cantilevered section out here with 750 beams coming up, 750 beams out to the back, cantilevered section across here, 750 beams hung above across the sides, and then putting droppers down so this roof can be changed, repaired, etc. The boys can get up to these ridges. Then there's beams going this way to throw a hanging section around this chimney stack, and then more beams going this way off another cantilevered section so the boys can get down into this valley here without touching the neighbouring roofs. Mr. Unhappy doesn't want us putting anything in his airspace. His idea is he will use a scaffolding company that he knows, but our client has asked if the scaffolding company that he knows can join onto our scaffolding, which, as you know, if you are a scaffolder, is a big no-no in the industry. Our insurance doesn't cover it anyway, and it would not be happening. We've got the design drawings here from Agile. Mr. Thomas, thank you very much again. And as you can see, if I zoom in, I'm not very good on computers. This is a bird's eye view of the scaffolding in this section here. So there's your cantilever beams going out, cantilever beams coming out past our building. 750s thrown this way, 750s this way, 450s this way to take the hanging section around the chimney stack. And then there's hanging sections coming down here, here, and here. And the neighbours just making it hard work. So they've either asked for proof of jobs that we've done before, like this, and we have one nearly exactly the same that you've all seen on our video that we've done in Ringwood. So they have a meeting in the next couple of hours with next door solicitor and the landlord, and we will see what the outcome is in a couple of hours. They might want their own scaffolders to do the job. If so, take it.
So basically, we should have an outcome from this problem at the end of this video, hopefully. But what has happened previously in the past, this is a grade 2 listed building, and the landlord has had problems with previous scaffolders. So thank you, previous Cowboy scaffolders that are making our life hard now. Hence why we're always trying to change the narrative and prove that not all scaffolders are the same. And I'm not saying there's loads of bad ones out there, but there is. So yeah, they've caused us issues in the past now, and it's basically causing us issues now. So hopefully we get an outcome and we can do the scaffold as we've had the design made. The boys are ready to do it, but we still don't have the beams.
Don't worry about that, mate. Right, now let's get back and see what the finished product is at Hornchurch.
So that's that one all wrapped up here in Hornchurch. But one thing I forgot to tell you when we first started this job is that we actually had to do the back on it as well. So I'm going to take a little walk around there. But while I do that, I need to speak to you. I've been taken out of the office again to go and help throw this one up because we are so busy. So you COTS labourers, you Part 1 scaffolders, get in the comments, get in touch. We've already had some applications, but we need more. So get involved. And we made it.
Just doing a selfie.
Constant selfies, mate.
Another Nationwide smashed out the park by the boys. Now let's go and have a sneak peek with Big Joe at this new tender.
First one sent through by Axis to quote for. It's 14 blocks. They're in Woking, which isn't too far from us. Every single block is for cladding, new windows and roof works. We have to turn this quote round. Bear in mind we were sent it yesterday afternoon late. We've got to turn this round 14 blocks by Monday morning. Every single block has 9 back door gardens, 3 front entrances, all need fans, double boarding, etc. Inside handrails because they want extendable transoms to take the inside boards out so they can get to the cladding easier. Inside handrails, toe boards. There's a lot to do, a lot to quote. I've been at it. I've got it all in my book here. I'm going out to site tomorrow on a Saturday. Sorry, wife. To go and count it all up properly to make sure we don't miss anything. And then I'll be spending my Saturday evening writing it all up into the quotes, getting it sent over to them on Sunday so they can get into their office Monday morning. Active. Quote, Monday morning, what we asked for. We're the best.
And that is that. Another day, another week wrapped up. Weren't the funnest episode. You spent a day in the office with me and Big Joe going through the day-to-day problems. This ain't a show, we are running a business, and we're going to show you the good, the bad and the ugly. And the good, the boys have smashed it at Horn Church, just like they normally do. Big Mike had to go out and help because we are looking for more labourers, more Part 1 scaffolders, and with the work that's just come in that you've seen, we're going to be looking for more of everything, hopefully. So, also to recap on the bad and the ugly, Mr. Unhappy, has not approved for us to put the scaffold up at West Malling, which has helped out the bad. So we don't need them beams right now. It's mental. We haven't needed 750s for the first 2 years of trading, and now that's all we need. So thanks Tom at Agile for throwing 750s left, right and centre in all of our jobs, but we don't need them yet. So that's going to wrap this episode up. The good, the bad and the ugly. Weren't the funnest episode, but this is day-to-day of running a scaffold business. Bosh. That's it, another episode wrapped up. Next week on episode 10, you're going to be coming with me to do a bit more networking, but this time it's on the golf course, and also we're going to be going with Big Joe over to Essex where he's going to see his mindset coach. Hopefully he can hypnotise him and teach him how to stop being so lazy. And sorry that this week's episode was delayed, but next week we're going to teach Jimbo how to actually use his Jimbo cam.